first got the machine with the See Spray technology, I had a lot of doubts that it would work. And after seeing the machine work and how it picks up the weeds and sprays just that weed, it's amazing on how it does it.
I'd say a lot of the hesitancy with the machine is you have to do a lot of trust. There's a lot of technology out here. These cameras are looking at a lot of data per second, and those VPUs are processing that data in the same amount of time.
As an operator, instead of spraying the whole field with a chemical, we're only spot spraying. That's a big savings at the end.
See Spray technology, we see up to 70% chemical savings on corn and beans, and up to 90% chemical savings with fallow.
Savings on the crops have been very good. Irrigated and dryland corn were 65 to 70% savings on chemicals.
These sprayers can get a weed the size of your pinky nail at 15 miles an hour.
I am very surprised at how small of weeds they'll pick up. You go out there and look in the field and you'll just see just a little green leaf that's really hard to see, but that camera will pick it up at 14 to 15 miles an hour.
It's almost unfathomable. It seems almost unreal that it can do it, but it does.
I'm very impressed with the technology of the machine, and I can't wait to see where it's going to go in the future.
Palmer is going to be a big thing. It's been here, it's been around. It is a very, very notorious weed for being chemical resistant. A lot of guys have to go out there and hoe them out. That is the main culprit for why this is a feasible machine for a lot of people.
The agronomist that comes out and looks at our field is very impressed with the See Spray system, because he'll see a weed out there and then he'll come back after we have sprayed it and the weeds are dead. Where we're running split tanks all the time.
When they're looking at an ultimate machine, they're really wanting to focus on the dual tank system and how they could do a broadcast and a See Spray pass at the same time. If this was a regular sprayer, he'd have to go over that same acre 4 times, and with this machine they could cut that in half.
The BoomTrac is very good. It's a much improvement over the 4044.
I can tell you just by walking behind it is that BoomTrac on this is completely different than any BoomTrac you've ever seen.
This ultimate machine has a carbon fiber boom on it that is one of the strongest and most durable booms on the market.
It's kind of like riding on a boat, but the boat is steady through the water. It looks like it's just gliding the whole time. It's really, really impressive.
You're able to get a weed pressure map after the fact in the John Deere Operations Center, and you can see where in your field you had maybe a higher weed pressure, a lower weed pressure, but that also can be used for other operations down the road to determine, do I need to change my tillage practices or planting practices to make that better for future years?
A good operator needs to be able to see the overall picture. Anybody can get in and drive the machine in 30 minutes, but it takes years of experience to become a good operator. From a normal machine into a See Spray machine, it's very overwhelming the first time. It took me probably 2 to 3 days to get very comfortable with the machine.
Like any new technology, it can be a little frightening or scary to think about adopting a technology like this, but within 21st century equipment, we have seen immediate return on that investment.
At the beginnings of AutoTrac, it took years for it to catch on, but once it caught on, it's here. It doesn't go away, you're never gonna replace it. This is a pretty similar situation.
You know, you think back to that first time that you were an operator running AutoTrac and you were scared to take your hands off the wheel. As more and more tasks are automated as we push towards autonomy, and thinking about how specifically with an ultimate sprayer, we can save chemicals immediately with See Spray technology.
And I think a lot of people have seen the exact same thing. Once you get over those initial trepidations, you can really easily adopt this technology.
For 21st century, we have to see See Spray technology take off, because that allows us to really focus on how we can save our customers money. They can see that return in their bottom line.
Well, by far, it's the biggest leap in technology, and the sky's the limit on the technology part. I can't wait to see where it's going to go in the future.